adopted a bill of 2023 won by Leader Majority Kimani Ichung'wah. It awakens some instincts that is anything happening around that we are being subjected to, because what is happening here, what is CS doing in this particular conversation?
So honorable members, because please switch off your mic. Let me get. We do not have the cabinet secretary with us here, so we have no submissions from the cabinet secretary. And remember, we invited the ministry on Wednesday, so the ministry will have a chance to present their views. They are very important stakeholders here, so there is nothing wrong that stops them from giving their views as the State Department or as a ministry. However, you introduce yourself as the chairman of REITs organization and give us your submission. So please let us go through your submission. So even if it was a cabinet secretary who brought this document herself, we will still have made the same decision, because the document is entitled Affordable Housing Bill of 2023, which is different from what is before Parliament. So the document that is in discussion before Parliament is the Affordable Bill of 2023 as tabled and as it went through first reading before we went recess, and sponsored by the leader of Majority Party, the Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah. Okay? Please proceed. Okay, proceed. All right.
You allow us to take off this one from our desk?
Yes, please expunge the document before us. It is not properly in the House, so we will discuss the submissions by REITs. That is what we have, and we have the bill that went through first reading.
Madam Chair, you will believe with me, then we need to be careful on this content. Maybe ministry, of course.
No. I remember, stop reading too much. No, stop reading too much. There is nothing that stops the cabinet secretary from making recommendations for amendments. In fact, we are going to listen to the cabinet secretary on Wednesday. It's just that now, because she's not the one with us here, then we should not admit a document that is signed off by the cabinet secretary.
Well, it is a private entity. REITs is a private entity.
Can you please move forward? Please take us through let's put that matter to rest. You introduce yourself as REITs, take us through the contribution as per the document that you've tabled, that you've received. And honorable members expand there the document. Proceed. This one, proceed. Introduce yourself again.
Yes, thank you very much. Again, to introduce myself to the honorable members of the House, my name is William Njoroge, the Chief Executive of the Kenya Association of Stockbrokers and Investment Banks. Chair, as I had said earlier, as we introduced ourselves, we have come together as 6 organizations, primarily to save the time of this committee, so that instead of having many different groups come separately, we put all our thoughts together. We also appreciate the wisdom of the chair when he asked us to stay behind as the other people were presenting, because indeed there's very many things that we shall not repeat that they already said. Allow me at this point to say, Chair, that on behalf of the entire team, the 6 institutions that Chairman Tom introduced, we are very grateful for the opportunity that you have given us, and you always do give us an opportunity, and we don't take it for granted. Now, the document that our Chair had presented, we do take your advice, Chair, that it has not been introduced perhaps in the proper manner, but what we shall do as we submit our proposed amendments in terms of chapter and clause, chapter and verse, we shall incorporate that with our names as that we're the ones who are proposing. And bear with us, Chairman. So I will take you very quickly through the presentation. So our format and style of presenting is a bit different, Chair. We don't want to have too many people talk in the interest of time as our previous speakers, and allow me to proceed. So our introduction, which I would want to skip, is I have mentioned or have described, we have described the different institutions that are here before you, honorable members. We have the Kenya National REIT, and our chairman Tom is here. We have the Nairobi Securities Exchange, that used to be called the Nairobi Stock Exchange. They're here. We have the Kenya Association of Stockbrokers and Investment Banks that I represent. We have the Fund Managers Association. We have the REITs Association of Kenya and the Association of Pension Trustees and Administrators of Kenya. Now, the reason that it is important for us to introduce ourselves, Chair, is for you to appreciate and for the committee to appreciate the locus that we have in this discussion and the proposal that we're going to put forward to you, and for you to appreciate that the people giving this proposal to you are people who are very well conversant with the different areas and the different fields that we're talking about. Again, from the very onset, Chair, we are not interested in a seat on the board. You said that everybody is asking for a seat on the board, but we would want to skip that. We will not ask for a seat on the board. So I'll also skip the right to housing. I think everybody that has been before you has quoted Article 43(1)(b). But I would like to say this, Chairman, and allow me to quote what you said as when the previous team was presenting. The country is unanimous on the need to provide affordable housing for all Kenyans. That we're all in agreement, Chair. Everybody agrees we need affordable housing. We could go into semantics and say accessible housing, affordable housing, but generally we know what we're all talking about. We need to increase the stock of affordable housing in Kenya, by whichever means we do it. That we're in agreement. The only place where we're in divergence is how shall we fund the affordable housing. We are in agreement about the housing, but how shall we fund it? So what we have come to present to you, honorable members, and you may recall, when you gave us an opportunity last year in June, we did present this proposal to you. What we bring to you, honorable members, is an alternative source of funding for the provision of affordable housing in Kenya. That is our proposal to you. We believe that the challenge of affordable housing is very big, Chair. And we don't think it can be solved by a singular solution, that we say we introduce a levy and we shall have dispensed with that problem. We believe that affordable housing can only be resolved through a cocktail of solutions, and we are here to present one of those solutions to you, Chairman. What we're presenting to you is called real estate investment trusts. And this is a proposal that advocates for public-private collaboration so as to achieve affordable housing. We go to the next slide where we ask REITs what they are and how they work. Now, I don't know whether our chairman Tom would like me to proceed or would like to handle that. Okay. A REIT, honorable members, if I can break it down, is basically owning shares in a structure. And I believe most of you are well conversant with that. The same way you own shares in Safaricom is the same way you own shares in KICC. If you're to convert KICC into a real estate investment trust. So how do we use this to create or to increase the housing stock? We get the piece of land, we get the developer. People normally think that the problem with affordable housing is sourcing the developer. That is not the problem with affordable housing. Affordable housing, the challenge is to get the off-takers of the units that you build. That is normally the challenge, not the seed capital.